times this morning,
Nice.
4 times, and I shorted.
Oh, nice.
I took
I'm
too many trades.
love it. I'm still long though. I long it since Friday.
Oh
At
yeah.
108. Yeah.
Well, you're the master, man. That's why I come here. I don't come here to teach. I come here to learn.
Yeah, right. Love it, brother. Love it. How are you
It's
guys
true.
doing?
Why not learn from the best, right?
Oh, I love it, brother. Thank you. I also came to learn.
I'm just some otter idiot, you know.
Oh man, no, you're not. You should. You just called out 3 trades in the morning, man.
Yeah, I did.
There
I
you
did.
go. There's your answer.
Well, I mean, look at me. I'm ready for golf right now, bro.
Let's go.
I'm going golfing after this. You know why?
Really? Nice.
Because I made
Let's
lots
do
of
it.
money this morning.
And are you going like to a real golf club or is it
Oh,
like
bro,
what is it?
bro,
What?
you want to see where I go golfing?
Yeah.
I shot a 70. I shot my best round last week, 76 GER. I got the scorecard right here if you want to see it. It's my best round ever. I normally shoot in the low 80s, but I shot a 76 last round, which is for me is really good. I normally shoot like 81, 80, 83 in there. But I got some pictures, OC. I'll send you some pictures. Let me see here. I'm just going to send them in our chat here. All right. I mean, bro, you're not going to believe it when I send you the pictures. You're going to be like, "Yeah, bullshit. That's where you go and play golf." Literally 5-minute walk from my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but don't tell anyone, okay?
I won't.
You can pull it up if you want.
I usually shoot blacks. Love it. Oh my god, bro, that is freaking awesome.
Pretty sick, eh?
It is freaking sick, brother. Holy shit.
Look at
Guys, this is fantastic. Perfect grass. Mountains in the at the bottom. Like the what is it? Sun rays, morning sun rays coming through. Blue skies.
I'll share one of the
Pines.
pictures. This is one of them. This one is like a par 3. It's 170 with like I think it's a 70-foot drop down.
Holy
So it's like a 140-yard shot. But it's yeah, it's not bad, man. It's not bad.
love it. That's where you go
Yeah.
hit the grass.
Yeah, you know,
Love it.
smoke the grass, hit the grass.
Nice. I'm so bad at golfing, just so you know, and also at baseball.
I'm like
No.
an 8 handicap, 8 or 9.
To be honest, I don't know what that means, but I think that is a high score, isn't it?
Yeah. It's so like I typically shoot low 80s, right? So like I'm between like an 8 and a 12 handicap, which means, you know, I shoot like par bogey golf, which is pretty good.
Nice. Nice.
I would love to try paintball. I used to play like pro paintball back in the day too.
So do I. Not pro, just paintball.
I have like a $3,000 paintball gun. I can show you, OC.
That'll be fantastic, brother. I have like 2 of those. Yeah, I have the first generation of Angels, Blue Angels with the chip on it.
Oh, you have Angels, yeah?
Yeah, man. Love them. Love them back in the day. But they chopped so much paint back in the day. I mean, if you had like full auto, they were just bursting paint all over the place. But love it. Nice.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh,
I have like a DSR. I don't know if you know what a DSR is.
yes, I know.
So mine's like this, but it's orange and black. I have a DSR Pro like this, but it's orange and black.
Holy shish. That is
Yeah.
beautiful, brother. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. And I got like an orange hopper, speed feed, like brrr. Yeah. I still got it. I haven't played in a long time, but I used to play a lot.
Nice. What position you were playing?
I played Snake all day.
Oh, nice.
I'm small, man, so I played Snake. I would off the beginning I'd run, dive, slide in. Brr, 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 brr. Yeah.
Nice. Love it.
Snapshots, all that fun. Yeah, yeah. That's me. That's me, bro. All day. I got
Nice.
the hopper pack, everything, man.
Holy shit. That's fantastic. What team were you in?
It was a Canadian league, so it wasn't like pro, you know what I mean?
No, it was pro. Love it, love it. All right, talking about balls. Dude, what a nice home run Bitcoin did this last week. I mean, from yesterday to today. It was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I mean, nice SFP continuation, trying to break out here. We got a really nice Wyckoff accumulation on like the hour on Solana.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's ready to fucking explode. Ethereum hitting a very critical area. We can talk about that as well. Look at Ethereum, bro. I know you hate Ethereum, but look at this, man. What do we say? Nothing better than a good trend line, right?
Absolutely. Oh,
Right. So you got your
very
trend line
nice.
here coming through,
Mm-hmm.
finding support last night. Okay. So you see it coming through here. Look at that. Finding support last night, finding support this morning, and in this downwards trend, right?
Right.
So this, I mean, this will explode if it breaks out here. We're OC special, man. If we're gone, right? We could even try to front run it here, if we do get out here. But Ethereum looking okay, man. I mean, it's going to be a very volatile week. We know that. But we're supposed to be contrarian, right? So what do I
Right.
mean? Whenever someone is everybody and their brother and sister, I mean, you go in rectember, everybody, oh my God, we're going to zero, right? Everybody. Myself, I'm prepared as well. I'm prepared, but I don't trade based on that. Okay? I don't trade based on that. What I trade based on is buyers and sellers. Where are buyers and sellers stepping up? Where are they agreeing that price is buying and selling, right? The only thing that I can really identify is where do people agree? Holy smokes. What is all this? Is this a different chart? Anyways, did I open up my areas? What the heck happened here? No. Alarms. This is all my. Did I mess something up here? I messed something up in here. My areas are all. Sorry, 1 second. Had to put this all into a group. I think I deleted my areas.
No.
I think it's fine. Areas raise. Okay, I fixed it. Oh my God, my support and resistance too. What the heck happened? Maybe if I close it and reopen it? No saving. I don't want you to save. Oh, fuck.
Shit. Let me take over
Let me
in the
fix that.
meantime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
show me what you're looking at.
Absolutely. In fact, I was looking at Ethereum today in the morning market report. I was not aware. Let me tell you that we had that huge of a trend line upcoming from the downside. But I was looking for a possible breakout. Nonetheless, I was not looking for a possible jumping in right now. Because I think that we could still have a sweep of the lows at 4,193. That's because we have some. Let me show you right here some smart money entries right here on our VRVP. Some manipulation of price action going down there. But in the meantime, I mean, if we hit this off, perfect. If not, I was looking just to hit. Let me just show you this area right here really quickly. The 4,489, break it out, retest, and then continue to the loud order book that we have at the top. That's what I was looking into Ethereum, but definitely I was not looking at that huge trend line that you got in there. Let me actually go ahead and copy it because that is such a great trend line. I mean, that might be changing when I'm looking into the market or into Ethereum because we already have hit it up here almost right to that red center box that I had in there. So maybe, I mean, I'm still gonna be waiting for this candle because for me right now is instead of having that right away movement to the upside on the ribbon, it seems like we're rolling back down to then go ahead and hit it off. So something like this, which for me would indicate maybe one more drive to the downside and move into the upside. But that is also true that we have a double bottom, for example, on Bitcoin. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin. And let me bring this up. This was on Friday. This was 3 days ago. And you see, this is what we were expecting. Something important that I want to call this out here, it is that the division or how we weighted up our entry, right? Remember, I'm allowed, and based on my strategy, I'm allowed to do multiple entries as long as I never risk one a full entry. What does that mean? For me, one full entry is 3% of my wallet. All right. So I can do, for example, you can see it right here. Let me see if I can show my mouse. And for some reason, I can't. This seems to be. All right. Now I think you can see it. All right. So right here, you can see a quarter. That is a quarter of a position. That means I still have 3 other quarters of a position to play around, right? Just to give you an example, let's just say that I have $400 to set one position. All right. Based on that $400, I can say, you know what? I don't feel that confident that this is going to be the ultimate point. And I do see some other areas of support right down here. So how can I divide my risk, right? If I want to get both of those. Well, first of all, I can partially enter. All right. So I'm spending $100 out of the 400. And then I can distribute the other $300 somewhere else, right? So as you can see, this is exactly what I did. So let's just, for sake of understanding this the easy way, I place out $100 trade, and then I allocated another trade, right, at $300 lower down below. Let's go check that out. So here it is, my $100 entry, which it was fairly larger than that, but just so we understand. All right. So my first entry right here at 1/4 of a position, and then my secondary entry at right here at 105 for a possible sweep of the lows. Instead of that, we had a double bottom. All right. And then on that double bottom, well, then we hit it off right now and we're hitting higher. I think that we're gonna hit that dynamic reactor. Let's go and check out a cleaner chart on Bitcoin in here. So one important thing, if we zoom out on the 4 hours, you'll see that we have a pivot low and then a pivot high. And if I draw a Fibonacci tool from low to high here, I'm going to be looking for how far back could that retracement be going for, all right? Let me just clear this up so you can see it. And right there, we are hitting exactly golden pocket. So off we go with the double bottom of that golden pocket in Bitcoin, last retracement movement, so last peak to bottom. And we are looking, or I'm looking for hitting dynamic reactor, which is also in line or very close to this box here that I'm about to create based on these lows, and these highs. All right, so here it is. So as you can see, it comes in line with the same area. And what I'm going for is previous lows, all right, and previous highs. All right, so that will give me, or that will absolutely give me a whereas I don't want to lose this, all right, an area of resistance. So thinking that we're going to be going to that resistance, and not only the resistance but also the dynamic reactor that we have right there, well, then for me it would make sense that we are having that force being pulled towards that area and then having the rejection. Important, that doesn't mean that the current candle cannot be susceptible to volatility. And that's something important because Alex mentioned in the very beginning of the class that he just made it 3 trades out of this 4-hour candle, right? So his time frame is just different from mine. Mine is like a week long to play it out. His it's like in a moment, right away, in out, take his profit, and then well, see you guys. I'm going golfing, right? That I think I'm a little jealous of that. Maybe I can practice a little bit more on the 3 minutes. That looks fantastic. But guys, this is I'm making that comparison on purpose because yeah, it looks very nice. But when we're talking about making money, you need to see where you are the best. All right, learning from someone their strategy and applying it to your own best time frame. For me, I just plain and simple much more profitable in the 4 hours. I've tried everything, and I'm okay. I mean, I'm okay. I can go weekends, and you can come with me and play video games, and trade at the same time live, right? And we do the 3 minutes, we do the 5 minutes, and we do okay, right? But I mean, it's nothing to compare to what I do on the 4 hours. Also, if I compare myself to Alex, for example, in 3 minutes, he's just, I mean, he just demolished my profits, all right? So it's the point of where are you the best on time frames and what kind of strategy works the best also for you. Why? Because we're here to make money. I mean, let me tell you, I can tell you like in the bottom of my heart, I'm here with it for the technology, right? And I can tell you that if this goes to zero, I'm still gonna hold my Bitcoin. But I'm absolutely another 50% in out of the 100 because of the profits, because I want to make a living out of it, right? And I mean, yes, I like to see Bitcoin go higher, but if for some reason something else, something as shitty as Ethereum start pumping up, I'm gonna put my money on Ethereum because I want to make money, right? And if you take a look at your charts, all right, you just make your math and where are you the most profitable? For me, is the 4 hours. Perfect. Well, I want to make money. I stay on the 4 hours. As simple as that. Until I start making more money on lower or higher time frames, then I'll start switching out of a trend line. But I think that will be a perfect pitch to throw it back to you, Alex. So maybe you can show us what you saw right here on this. I mean, look at that volatility trend line, my friend. I mean, hitting golden pocket, going back above. Dude, that looks juicy on the lower time frames. But so far, just wrapping this up, this is what I'm expecting, a high to 112, coming back down for a re-entry somewhere around 110, and then hitting back it off for the next run before the end of November. But yeah, that's what I got. Let me drop my screen for you.
Yeah, that's I like when I can shift OC's perspective with the trend line. It makes me feel good. The charts, closing and restarting worked, bro. It's all back, okay? So we're in our pink box, okay? And you got to be careful of the pink box. Whenever you see a pink box on my screen, you should be like, no joke, okay? You don't mess with the pink box. Anyways, so we're hitting the pink box. Where is this? So we got a full retracement here. All right. So we got the full retracement, golden pocket. Okay. We have an order block, and we have acceptance into the higher range. This is the biggie, right? If we're looking at this, we want to see acceptance above here. Very simple. This is the barrier to entry to the point of control, in my opinion. You can see how price moved fast within that little volume area here. but it got stopped out pretty fast in here. Okay, so this is where our turbulence is. It really starts back up in here at 112. So the narrative is this, and this is so important. It's September, baby, and it's Rectember, and everybody's worried. So what we need to understand is environment. Environment's everything. We do have bulls stepping up and defending, right? When I scalp, it's great to say, oh yeah, he took great trades, yada yada yada. But it's the narrative here. Order block, golden pocket, sweep of the lows, acceptance into the lower range. That's our three options. Or we go up, right? So our three options are this. Okay? What is this? Golden pocket retracement level, okay? Right? Order block in here. So we are expecting the bulls to defend this area. Most people are agreeable that this is an area where we have confluence, where we would look for support to come in. We take volume in here. We can see the volume over here. So a lot of volume here to hold price up, trying to defend, right? The bulls are trying to defend, so they must step up here. Okay? Why are we looking here? Because this is really the only macro kind of low that we can see on the daily here, right? If we're going to come for a low, it's this low, in my opinion. Okay? The problem with coming for this low, and it's, a very, very critical level of point of control as well. Okay? Why we're looking for this low and why it's worrisome, because if we close below here, where we just defended, then we get acceptance into the range. And what that tells me is that we would rotate to the bottom of the range. Very simple, right? Okay, so range theory. If we want to see that idea on the charts, what I do suggest you use is something like our predictive ranges, premium and discount zone, and just go into a time frame where it isolates that area that I'm talking about. So you get a predictive range in here, right? Okay, a little bit higher. Let's go a 3 hour maybe. And you're just going to play around with the time frames, and that's really going to help you identify the ranges, okay? Okay, maybe even a 4 hour. Okay. So you can see you have your purple, right? And then you have your median here, okay? Where did we come? Into our discount zone here. Where are we right now? Well, if we're looking at this as a range in here, we can see that this would be, I would say this would be the top of a range. This would be the bottom of our range, okay? And we're kind of stuck in the middle. We're in no man's land right now. Okay, so if this, then that. So if we get acceptance below into here, we can look for the rotation down. However, if we're looking at the predictive ranges right now, what have we done? We've just reclaimed our zero line, basically. Okay, so we came down here, overextended into our discount, and we have pushed up, which is great. Can we rotate back up into the middle of the range, which would be here, the purple bar, which is also the blue bar of the range, okay? We'll see. We know that we're in an area of resistance right now, so understanding that. Now, how does I also like to ask, like, how did everybody feel down here? Right, you go on Twitter. Yeah, exactly. Look at yesterday's portfolio and my portfolio today. You go on Twitter, everybody doom posting, man. Because why? Doom posting gets more clicks than hopium. It's true, okay? If you say everything's going to fail, everybody's more likely to click that, and they want you to click. Let's face it. That's why I can't stand YouTubers versus traders, right? We want you to learn from people who trade the market, not from people who need you to click their video to get paid. Okay? So everybody doom posting here. What do we have? We have a nice accumulation at the bottom. We can see the lows are being defended. Therefore, we should look for a rotation back up to our pink box. We treat this like a range until we have proof in the pudding, right? Until we can see something different. So why did I take the trades I took today? So going on the 3 minute, which is what I trade, throwing on some VWAP and some ideas in here and throwing up my chart. So we can see here. So what's the idea here and what's the strategy here? Okay, so I got stopped out for a $300 loss here. I took a $150 short here. I took a $200 win here. I took a $200 win here. And I took a $400 win here. Okay? It's my trading day, right? That's why I'm going golfing. Okay? But what was the signs here? What are we looking for and why did we take the trade here? So what do we have prior to this? And that's always important, right? So you can see that we came up to the top of the range. 3 drives, bearish divergence, retest, break a structure, continuation down. So that's an obvious short. I'm not up at 1 in the morning to take this trade. So we're coming into a retracement. Why? Because market structure is always going to be our best friends, right? So we got low, higher low, right? This is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Now, I'm a scalper, but you must be able to see the 1 hour time frame if you're going to zoom in. It's an absolute privilege to zoom in and trade in here. Okay? So I must be able to see this when I'm zoomed in here. Okay? It's all fine and dandy to be trading here, but I must understand this going into the trading day. Okay, that's very important. It's the narrative. So everybody's scared. Yesterday was a holiday. They swept. They grabbed liquidity. They sent price up. They got everybody euphoric. They dumped it on their head again. And guess what they're going to do? Continue. Okay. So it's understanding this, which allows us to take these trades. Okay. And it did take a short here for continuation, possibly if we come for the lows, because there is still liquidity to be swept in here. Okay. So if this, then that. Now, the difference is the way I take profits and the way I trade it, right? So initially, what I was looking for is acceptance back into this range. So if I pull volume across here, and you can use your volume tool or whatever you want, and you can see that this is an area of confluence that we were looking for a potential bounce on this shelf in here, which was also an order block in a golden pocket. Okay, so we had multiple things pointing in one direction. Okay, I was early. Okay, I was early to the party. I showed up. There was like 20 guys there and no chicks. And I got stopped out. Okay. I left the party at a loss, right? I left the party at a loss because I showed up way too early. Right? Way too early. So I was looking for the long here. Just into this order block here and retesting the volume right here. And it was a very cheap trade. Okay? Meaning my stop was pretty tight and I was just looking for follow through. However, it did not play out. So what do? We wait. We come down into this area in here, which is like a 786 bounce level as well. And I short it, right? So I shorted it for continuation. I believe I was in the 1 minute time frame here. And I shorted this right here. Took $150, so TP right at the lows. And then it came back and stopped me out. $150, right? Then we can see that the V-shaped recovery is happening, okay? Now, what's important is you can start to see exhaustion on your oscillator, okay? So it's a warning sign. Clipping, all the way down. Okay, this is the 3 minute, remember that, okay? So it could take a little bit more time. You go on something like a 12 minute, it's probably beautifully clipped. Yeah, clipped and gone. Yeah, there you go. Right? It clipped here and then he bounced. Okay. So understanding on the 3 minute that we are looking for a higher low, right? We're looking for that. They have done a job. They have rugged everybody who missed the trade here last night, right? Got long here. Hopefully they took profits because they came back for them. Balance in the force, right? So then we were able to take a continuation trade, right? And it's based off volume, okay? But it's also based off understanding what's going on here. Where's our target? So I got long here on this candle right here. So one of my strategies because I'm looking for V-shaped recovery, okay? This is an order block in here. Okay, this is my first take profit right here, these lows. Okay, one of my strategies is if we have a doji engulfing, which we did in here. Okay, we're pushing up, doji engulfing, continuation up, engulfing again. Okay, so this candle here, one of my strategies, so you guys know, when we get an engulfing candle here, the next candle, I'm looking for a retest halfway down the candle and continuation. So I can enter here, but I must I'm being very clear here. I must be able to identify momentum, strength in the move. Right? Look at this. Boom. Full body candle. Look, there's no wick up top here. There's like the smallest little wick up here. I'm looking for follow through. So I'm looking halfway up the candle and I'm looking to long it into these lows. That's the trade setup. The stop loss goes below this candle. That's how tight this is, okay? This is scalping. Okay, so I just want you guys to understand what I'm looking for when I go into this, right? Guess what? It plays out perfectly. It hits my take profit. I make another $200. Okay? Another strategy. I can't keep giving away all my strategies. My God. Okay, another strategy. VWAP. VWAP is probably my favorite tool. Okay? An aggressive move through VWAP promotes continuation. Okay? An aggressive move through VWAP promotes continuation. What do you have here? Okay, so you got a big dirty hammer candle that tried to come back for late longs. Okay, and I was considering longing this because I could see the momentum here, but I didn't. I said maybe you guys want to long this. Some people I'm sure did. But this candle here, an aggressive, you can buy this aggressive move right away. I bought it here, I think. Okay. But this, and don't get fooled. Please don't get fooled. This is in context with what? We're looking for this, right? We're looking for this. We have a full retracement. We have a strong move out, V-shaped recovery, aggressive move through VWAP. We buy this candle and off to Valhalla we go, okay? But typically, I'm looking for this move to come to these highs. That's it. Okay, $400 trade. Okay, and then I took a little scalp on Solana after that, and that's the last 3 trades, right? Bang, bang, bang. Okay, always showing my trades. So where are we at now, right? We are at resistance. Pink box. So what are we looking for? Shorts? Nah, not necessarily. We're looking for retesting continuation because we're still in an uptrend. Now, the warning signs are this, okay? So when we're looking at this, we can see a couple of things that concern me. So I'm looking for a pullback to 110, 300. That would be my first level that I would be looking for. Then I'd probably be looking to retest this trend line or the bottom of the orb. Okay? But when we look at things like Solana, this looks really bearish. Why? Bear div, 3 drives, SFP. Okay? Selling you the dream. So for me, because dominance is pretty weak right now, this concerns me. We look at Ethereum. Failure to make a higher high. Okay? What does this mean? That if this fails, so this is a high, this is a lower low, a lower high. We should be looking for an SFP in here. Just a warning sign. The market right now is trying to sell you a dream. Buy, sell, buy, sell. What has happened is that the volatility index is back, baby. Okay? This is the narrative that you must understand, is that we have been in a summer lull, okay? A summer lull. Okay, what does that mean? That means, everybody's at their cottage hanging out. They don't give a shit about crypto. You get a little spike every time we get some news. That's cool. But what's coming now is that everybody's sent their kids back to school. They're back to work. It's Q4. It's time to either make or break right now. So we're going to have some volatility, which means price is going to move a lot faster. Okay? A lot faster. Okay? Anywhere above 17 to about 20, this is pretty even, Steven, steady. You can see here all the way through. This is when Donald Trump's hanging out, man. This is tariff news and shit. This is psychotic price action. Okay? And I'm down for that too. I can make a lot of money in this. But it doesn't happen as often as you can see. Okay? We're typically chopping in here. Okay? Which is good. This is a lot better than this. Believe me, this sucks down here. This sucks because what this promotes is this. Okay? That's what this promotes. This one promotes this. You see the difference, right? Okay? This one promotes this. Okay? Think of it like that. Okay? Less chop and pop. I hate chop and pop because if you don't get direction right, you're wrecked every time. Okay? And you can go back to any sort of token. Solana's a great example. Solana's been trading really nice since this low, but we go back over here and we look at Solana. Okay, you can see stuff like this. If you're not long here, if you're short here, maybe off a double top, you're wrecked. Like boom, right? Chop, 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 boom. Chop, 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 boom. Okay? Because Solana's been strong lately and it's starting to take the momentum back out, you can see how much more fluid, gender fluid, the price action is. A little bit more fluidity in the price action, okay? Rather than this, where you stop, you stop, you stop, you stop, you stop, you stop. Okay? So just be prepared for the conditions right now. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? The NASDAQ looks like shit. NASDAQ, we have this big momentum trend line coming up here, and the NASDAQ's finally breaking it, okay? It's like the trend line on ETH. This, to me, tells me that we are probably going to go sideways. Now, these horizontals are because I use NASDAQ as confluence on Bitcoin, but if we take those off, where are we looking to go? If you got to be a wizard, Harry, to understand this. Where do you think price is going to go? I would say right here. You don't have to be a genius, right? If we're going to dump, it's going here, right? How many times was 22,000 respected? Right now we're at the psychological 23,000. Okay? Look at 21,000. Guys, it's funny, but whole numbers, man. You look at whole numbers on any of these assets, look how well they work, okay? Pretty cool, eh? Because people are friggin' lazy. You can bet on that, okay? Oh, I'm gonna put my TP 22,000, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, right. People with big money, they don't care if they make an extra 22,400. They don't give a shit about that. If they're long here and they're whatever, 22,000, bro. I'll get out there, right? People way back here, if they're buying this thing, I'm going to get out 20,000. That sounds like a great exit. That's pretty sweet, right? Oh, man, I'm going to short 22,000 to 21,000, bro. Right? They're lazy. Count on it. You can bet on it. That's why psychological numbers work with Bitcoin too. 100K, 110. It's all the same, right? Look at Solana loves $200, right? Solana loves $200, $130, and $150. It's actually like scary. Look, 130, 200. Okay. Pretty cool, right? Don't get me started about XRP and 50 cents, bro. Go to XRP. Oh my God. How sideways were we? Forever. And we all regret not buying it, right? Anyways. Yeah, man. So be prepared. Volatility, shake and bake, news events, it's all coming our way. Everything points to rate cuts on the 17th. Jobs are more important than inflation right now. We got jobs readings on tomorrow and Friday, so pack your bags, get your diaper out, and prepare for some volatility, which is exciting, but it also can ruin you, so be careful.
Absolutely. Let me share my screen really quickly so I can show you guys what I'm also looking into. I have a couple of trades that I'm one trade on the water and another trade that I played out very nicely. But let's go over that because if we are able to bounce on that zone, I think we're gonna get it. All right, so this is what I was looking at again on Friday. Let me see. Let me know when you guys can see it. All right, perfect. This is it, right? This is the IMX trade. So I'm IMX trade again. By the way, if you don't know how to get your Confluence, I have a great video on your Confluence, how to get your Confluence. That is the zero knowledge strategy on the. Let me show it to you right here on additional content. Additional content. Just go there, look for the zero knowledge strategy. And basically, this is what we do. We just turn on every single indicator. And based on that, we go and look and create our boxes, right? Based on the bigger box or where there's more lines, that's where we set up our entry. And that is how it played out right here on IMX. We went right there to that area of entry. Let me see if I can just get rid of that. Perfect. Here it is. Up, then back down. We are not going all the way down, but still we are on that range. We need to be a little bit careful on this one in case you did follow it. You're supposed to have been going out right there as we went up and then maybe shorter as we come back down, but that's it so far. Another one that I gave throughout this day, it was this one. Well, no, not this one. Where is it? Where are you? Well, I just have it right here. Let's just pull it up. Let me see. This AIXBT, but TAO, I was looking for it to jump in for the first area and then blast up. Remember that we were looking at this one at the 12 hours. We're going to be looking into it in a second. And we have a secondary entry right here at 297. I'm mentioning this because we are underwater and this trend line has been already broken too extensively. So let's just redraw it. And let's use it. There it is. And let's reuse it to measure a final breakout. I'm giving it a little bit of a buffering zone in here. Let me lock it. And what I expect it to happen is to bounce from it, coming back down in here, grab the next entry at 297.7. And then because we have a triple bullish divergence right down here, we could be having that breakout. And remember, if we're averaging this down, we should be having an average entry. Let me use this to calculate that from here to here. We should have an average entry of around 311. Basically, if we hit this off and we break the trend line, most likely or definitely we're going to be on profits. So make sure you take 50% out and then we could be going. Oh, by the way, we have an XRP alert. Let's go check that out. And well, then after that, we're gonna be looking for that breakout retest on the previous trade. Right now, we're breaking a trend line on XRP right here. I was looking for a breakout continue or breakout retest. It seems like we went down to the retest area. So that is a, let's just call it fake it for the alert. This is an indecision candle on XRP. I think that we're gonna make it. I mean, look at our consolidation score. It's 9. It's basically telling us that we're about to break the consolidation zone. That one. Where to? Well, this indicates most likely that we're gonna make it to the upside. So looking for an entry low, that will be a good opportunity to maybe come back into that trade. So I'm gonna go ahead and add once again one other alert in here and another alert right up in here. The point of those alerts is not entered right now, right at the 50% line, all right? Because it can move up and down. And this is not a confirmation. For me, I want to see it break out, coming back down, and then my entry, and off we go. So that's what I'm setting those two alerts. And a final alert all the way right down here, 269. And that is because on daily, let me bring that up. That's where we have our dynamic reactor. I mean, we look at here, we were so close to hit it right here, but I think that we can still have that that possibility to hit a 269, and then that will be a very nice possible entry. And in fact, let's just mark it in here for as a possible entry, and my stop loss will be just right below dynamic reactor and give myself a little bit of a wiggle room, aiming for previous lows. So that's what I got so far for today, guys. Alex, thank you so much for joining and all that, sharing all that knowledge that you have for us. And that was a great masterclass. In fact, I'm gonna mark it as an important class. So, guys, thank you so much. Alex, want to say the goodbyes before we run up? We run out.
Yeah, guys, have a wonderful day. Don't give it back. I think that's the key right now. We're rolling over a little bit. So it's like, take your money, go enjoy your day, right? Don't overtrade, set some key levels, wait for a confirmation, and use good risk management. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for joining. And as always, see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.